Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canon Podcast, where you heal your mind with a fun story. Disclaimer: our guest speakers are willing to be here to share their experiences and ideas along with us. Please note that the contents of our show are based on our guest's point of view. Please listen with an open mind. So, without further ado, shall we begin our journey?
Aye, Captain!
Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to Canon Podcast, Episode 1. So how have you guys been during the COVID-19 situation, Kang Han?
So today is such a long day for me because I'm gone through a lot of activities and a lot of school projects that have to be done, but I'm not done yet. And like in the next week is like a due date, presentation, and a quiz. Yeah, so it's like hell. So how about you, Neil?
So exactly like you said, we've gone through the same thing. We have due dates next week. But remember, it's our last week for the semester, so we have to fight and we have to get through this together.
Could you please kindly introduce yourself, Mai and Prince?
Okay, hello, I'm Mal. I'm in grade 11 or 7. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Prince and I'm in grade 11 as well, 1106.
Okay, so for today, I want to start our conversation off with one of the common questions that I think all of the audience and also us, the co-host and also the guests, Mild and Prince, have been asked since we were kids. So the question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think as a kid, the common answer would be doctor. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an architect. I want to be a businessman or businesswoman. But when we grow up, our ideas might change. We are more mature. We are teenagers now. So we might think more about our future. So in today's episode, we'll all share our ideas and plans with you guys. And some of you might have the same idea as us. So maybe we'll start off with maybe Prince. What do you want to be in the future, or what are your plans? Could you share it with us, please?
Well, first off, I have to say that my plans quite change a lot because, as Neil said, we adapt to the environment every day. So it depends on each day what you want to be in the future. And for me personally, well, with a lot of thinking process, I decided I want to be a doctor in the future or maybe a dentist, any career in healthcare field. Yeah, I haven't decided about it yet. Yeah, but like there are so many branches that we could explore in the future. So probably I'm going to wait for like next year to decide, and I'm going to apply for it first and then decide and try to outweigh the advantages and disadvantages for each faculty first, like think it all through again before decided. Yeah.
Okay, so what inspired you to go to the career in the healthcare path, or do you think like it's your favorite, or do you like it, something like that?
Well, for me, it first start off with my interest actually because I've been into kind of like science and mathematics since I was a kid. So I have not I think I can put my potential at my best when I get into those kind of careers and fields. And I think I could help a lot of people with a good mindset and everything. Yeah, because and also like when I try to explore myself carefully, I found that this would be the best fit for me in the future, and I kind of like would be happy to work in this career and feel not like forced to work, so I can be happy with it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So how is your plan like nowadays? Like what is your plan for each day?
Um, yeah, since as I mentioned before, I've not decided about the branches that I want to go yet. So I kind of like explore my day carefully and kind of like do some research about it probably and get some break before the workload and everything start to get into me. Kind of like take a break first and then yeah, and there are a lot of assignments due this week, so kind of like finish all the assignment first and then get into some research for my future and then just take a break from it all and kind of like separate everything and get all my stress out before I can focus on it again.
Mm.
Since in MUIDS there's a lot of workloads, right? And I want to know that how can you define the terms like work-life balance, and do you have any strategies to balance between like your leisure time and like the university plan? Any like specific strategy?
Um, Actually, I prefer to say it more like work-life integrity because I don't actually kind of like balance my workload and my life, but I usually just like when I feel like I have to do something, I just do it instantly and immediately. So I, well, I plan myself, I plan my days out. And when I feels like this had to get done first, I will put this prioritize my this assignment or this list to the first. And yeah, I kind of like prioritize my list in each day. And yeah, I kind of like, well, it's hard to say because work-life balance, we have to like balance our workloads and our life, right? But I usually just like live my life first. And if I feel like I have to do something about the work, I just like do it instantly and finish it in like 1 or 2 hours. And then I just can continue with my leisure time or hobbies that I would like to do. So I would consider it as work-life integrity, but not work-life balance.
Got it. And so I have a question that like what is your like dream job? Like since like what is your first dream about your job?
Extreme. Actually, I wanted to be a pilot. Yeah.
Oh,
Pilot.
That is
When I,
very
when I was
common for
when I
all
was a kid,
boys.
I was like really into a pilot and airplanes thing.
And I would
Okay.
like to ask you, like, what makes you change from pilot to a doctor? Is it have any like specific circumstance that make you change, or just like
Mm,
the surroundings change and you change?
well, yeah, it there are a lot of factors here, both friends, family. There are many factors that involve in our making decision, right? And but for me, it kind of like when I changed, when I moved from my previous school to MUIDS, it's kind of like shaped me into the, well, because MUIDS, they're kind of like well known for the science department or kind of like that because they really support students in this field. And this kind of like fit into my criteria that because I want to be a doctor, right? So it's kind of like shaped me into that I want to be a doctor as well because it's kind of like pushed me forward because there are a lot of friends here that they want to be in healthcare field as well. Yeah. So I would consider it as like both of my friends and like school as well because if I were study in my previous school, I wouldn't probably go into this field at all.
that's great.
All right. How about Mild? Mild, what do you want to be like when you grow up, or what are your plans for university?
It might sound funny, but actually, like, uh, I want to do many jobs in the future. Like, I want to explore first, like, what I am like happy doing that the most. But for now, my dream career since I was young has always been an MC or a news reporter, like totally different from Prince. So I'm not a person who interested in science or math or something like that. So like yeah, it's kind of like more for arts, and yeah, I think I'm more happy doing some kind of thing like that. Yeah, and for my university, um actually at first I want to get into com arts, like communication arts or something about like entertainment field, but since I entered MUIDS, I chose an elective for grade 10. It was introduction to business. And for now in grade 11, it is marketing and advertising. And I think like, yeah, this is another thing uh I'm interested in. And yeah, I'm happy studying business. So for now, my university that I want to get into is BBA CU, Chulalongkorn University. Yeah, which requires a lot of SAT scores and yeah, as well as IELTS. But yeah, I think like as a teenager, it's better to set like a high goal and then just achieve it more than like, yeah, I think it's better for me.
Maybe yeah, maybe you first.
Okay. Okay. So like, do you think you have to try a bit harder than the other people since like we're like an international school students comparing to the other um how do I say that other school like we think it would be like harder opportunity. Yeah.
Mm, not really. As I like watch a lot of videos like about this faculty like at the university, and yeah, as well as many seniors that already got into BBACU. Um, I think we all have like equal opportunity or like ability to achieve that goal, but I think it depends on the student, the person, more than the school. Yeah, for me, I'm not very good at math, right? So I have to focus more on SAT math, and others like as you said, like in Thai schools, they yeah, they are like in experts in math and some kind of like yeah academic. So it depends.
So since in MUIDS, as Bryn said, that they are famous in science, right? And the people surrounding you is kind of like want to be a doctor, pharmacist, and dentist. I would like to ask that, do you have any hesitation about your dream that, oh, maybe I would like to be a doctor? Yeah. Do you have any kind of like hesitation coming to your mind?
Uh, Only once actually. When like for me, sometimes I enjoy science, like just only some field. For me, it's astronomy or something like easy topics in science. But yeah, as I study more and more of physics, chemistry, and like something like about science, I think I already made a decision, and for now, I won't like yeah hesitate and go to something like that, like doctor or science. It's a good job, and if like if I could like go back in time, and if I really have to go to like this field like medical school, I think I could, but yeah, I think it's too late for now because I made my decision.
So actually the one that you said when you said it's too late, I want to share one of my story. So I was planning to go to enter a medical school since like maybe junior high because like I feel like I want to help people like Princess, Prince said, like helping people kind of makes me feel good because like since biology has been my favorite subject since primary school and all the teachers and also my parents, they say that, oh, you could enter medical school. So I feel like I should believe them, because at that time I don't know what I want to be. But when entering MUIDS, entering high school, it after doing all the activities and meeting all the incredible people, all the friends here, I found out that my happiness came from making people smile. I love entertaining people, although I'm not a person who have that much self-confidence. I really love making them smile or having them laugh off my funny jokes, although it's not that funny. But I have just shifted my ideas a month or 2 months ago. And to be honest, I haven't planned for my portfolio or SAT yet. So I think like no matter I think like if your plans are changed, but if you still have passion, you could still do it. You have passion to do it. If it's really your favorite thing to do, you could do it. Just go for it. Something like that. And I think North and Ganghan, you also have like a plan to go to medical school, right? Like Prince. So
Yes.
do you think it's hard? Is it tired?
Yeah. Not first.
So honestly, personally, I think it's quite hard for me to go into the medical school, right? Because we have to take like IELTS, BMAT, and do portfolio thing, and also schoolwork in the MUIDS. Or you guys already know that MUIDS give us a lot of homework, a lot, like really, really a lot of work. So we have to like uh, balance our lifetime too, like doing work at school and do some extra curriculum outside of the school. And honestly, I think at my first dream about my job, I want to be same as Prince, honestly, pilot. When I was like 3 years old, like I look at the sky and then the plane is like flying. I was like, oh, so cool, so cool. And then I have like after I like learn like from my experience and study a lot of mathematics and biology, right? I know that I have like interesting in this stuff like about anatomy, something like that. So I started to look up for the job that target on this specific subject. So it came up in my head. It is about doctor, because as you guys know already, doctor want to help other people, right, to reduce their pain. Yeah, something like that.
So for me, maybe I don't want to talk about like my preparation at all, because you guys all know that we have to prepare for BMAT and IELTS, right? But I some kind of like want to talk about like to be honest, at first I don't dare to say to my friends or my parents that I want to be a doctor, because some kind of like is doctor is hard to achieve, and when people see me, right, people would judge, right? Yeah, the one who have to be a doctor have to be like, oh yeah, the talent one, and have to be like really fluent in science and mathematics. But as my said that if we set like a really high goal, right, yeah, we would like eventually achieve in some day. And even though for me I have some hesitation in some kind of like my part of life, because it's a lot of workloads, and I some kind of like I give up, and eventually want to like stand up again and fight because of my friends and my family supports. Yeah.
I think doctor is one of the common career for all the students, maybe since we are kid as well. And it is also like one of the, common job that parents want their kids to be. But because maybe it's, of course, it's because the future, it's like it's sustaining, and it will make sure that you have something to do in the future. It's like it already secure your future, that okay, you for sure have a job to do in the future. It's not as hard to find job as like for me, like communication arts or something like that.
Yeah, I would like to add some points on that about the passion. Speaking of passion, because as we are all international students, when it comes to applying for college, we usually have only round one, right? That it's like accessible for us. And in round one, we have to come up with our own portfolio. And that's the thing that kind of like let you explore your true self. Because for me, I actually kind of like do a lot of things, and by doing those things I kind of like get into myself and get to know me about much better, kind of like what I want to be, what I really like, and what I really interested in. Yeah, so portfolio kind of like has such a huge impact on your decision making at all time, because you can explore yourself, you can find your true passion in it. If you don't like this way, you can actually just turn yourself around and find another way that you can achieve your future. So there's no kind of like exact or right way to achieve your future, because there are so many ways that you could do it. So just don't let anyone judge you just because you want to be this career or you want to be that. Just let your passion drive you forward.
I mean, like, if you're not, if the result of your university is not as what you wished, it doesn't mean that your life fails or you're not successful, because you still have time to go forward. You still have like other career. It doesn't mean that you you know you didn't get the university that you wish. It doesn't mean that you cannot do your dream job or dream career. You could every I think we agree that we've all seen people that study in the another like path and do their job in the another fields. So as long as you try your best, you could do it. I believe that.
And I want to add on that, like, to Neil say that if you fail, if you didn't get to the college that you want, right? But don't think in a negative way. Think in a positive way. Like, for example, for me, right? If I example, like, if I fail my test, okay, fail my test, right? And I feel sad about it, right? But I try to stay positive and think that, okay, it is just fail. You have to move on. Like, it not in the end of the world, right? And at least that mistake you learn from it. You have experience already that, okay, so we failed the test already. We have a mistake on this one. So next time we won't do it again. So yeah, it's the same thing as applying for the college. So if you fail to apply the college that you wish, so don't blame yourself or anything. Learn from it and think about yourself more. That, okay, so we need to improve about this, and try it next year, or try seek for help. Your parents, your teachers always help you. Yep, that's it.
Um, and I have a questions to ask my and Prince about like do you face some kids that seems like lost or don't know how to design about their future goals, or seems um like I don't know what to be in the futures, or seems like, oh, I'm just my friends know already, like they design on their future plan already, and how about myself? Do you have any ideas about those kids, or some kind of like words that you want to share those kids up? Maybe we could start with mine.
Okay, so actually, I was that kid you were talking about, and I also know many friends that are still deciding like what they want to be in the future, and yeah, about the university and stuff. So, um, if I can say like something to them, like some suggestions, it might be just go for what you think like is the best for you. I mean, like if you don't know what you really want to be, but you think like, oh, this faculty is good and you can be like happy staying there, something like that, yeah, just go for it. And in the future you can like discover later what you want to be. Yeah, like you don't have to decide or answer yourself now. Yeah, you're just like 16 or 17 years old and you still have plenty of time in the future. Oh, and one more thing. North was talking about positivity, right? And one thing that I want to add on, I'm a person who like believes in fate, like destiny or something like a lot. And I think like when the time comes, you're gonna like, yeah. I believe every single person can make the decision when the time comes. And if you don't get your first choice, you still have your second choice or third choice. So don't be sad or yeah, don't blame yourself because maybe that uh maybe that is the thing, like the way it should be, something like that.
Okay, so how about Prince?
Well, I actually had one of my friends who is like kind of lost, not actually lost, but like I haven't made the decision about her future yet. But and that's totally okay because she was asking me for advice, and I couldn't help her much, to be honest, because uh, I can only give some suggestion to her based on her probably personality or kind of like her interest, but I couldn't make the decision for her at all because that's her future, and I didn't mean to pressure her, but kind of like it's her future that she is the one who should decide her own future, not letting others kind of like tell you or influence you what you should go, what you should do. So it's just like, yeah, I couldn't cheer her up much, but I could just only like give her an advice that a friend could give. Yeah, but yeah, as Mai said, you will have many more opportunities that will come to you eventually. Maybe not now, but in the future, definitely. So just let just don't be close-minded that if you couldn't get into your dream university or your dream college, it it is not the end of the world. You can apply it for the next year, or you can just go in for your second choice first and then apply it for your first choice again next year, because there are quite a few misconceptions that if you kind of like didn't finish the college first your 4-year period and you just apply for another college, kind of like in Thai it's called exil. So it's the misconception that these type of kids or this type of teens, they are not going to be successful in their lives because they couldn't finish their uh, university in the first place. But I don't want you guys to think like that, because maybe you get into your first choice first and then you just find that you did not fit into this environment, or it does not match your preference or interest. So you can just like apply for it and try to find your interest after all this time, and kind of like catch your opportunity when it comes to you.
And you,
Okay, so I think maybe this has been an end of our episode. So thank you very much, Miles and Prince, for joining us today. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.